साउथहैम्पटन विश्वविद्यालय दिल्ली व मैग्रा हिल इंडिया ने इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन फॉर सिविल सर्विसेज एंड स्टेट सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशंस पुस्तक के द्वितीय संस्करण का लोकार्पण किया। यह पुस्तक वैश्विक विषयों की गहन समझ विकसित करने और सिविल सेवा परीक्षाओं के अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संबंधों के खंड में सफलता प्राप्त करने के उद्देश्य से तैयार की गई एक व्यापक गाइड है। इस अवसर पर हरियाणा के राज्यपाल प्रोफेसर असीम कुमार घोष ने पुस्तक का अनावरण किया। कार्यक्रम में पुस्तक के लेखक अशोक कुमार, IPS सेवानिवृत्त, पूर्व पुलिस महानिदेशक उत्तराखंड एवं कुलपति हरियाणा खेल विश्वविद्यालय तथा डॉक्टर राजेश मोहन, IPS पुलिस उपायुक्त गुरुग्राम भी उपस्थित रहे। इस कार्यक्रम में डब्बू रवि, IFS सचिव, आर्थिक संबंध, विदेश मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार विशिष्ट अतिथि के रूप में उपस्थित रहे।
This happened for the launch of a book that embodies deep scholarship and national relevance. This gathering today is a celebration of knowledge, dedication, and of the enduring spirit of public service. At the outset, I convey my warm congratulations to the authors for creating a thoughtful and timely work titled International Relations for Civil Services and State Service Examinations. To the authors, Sri Ashok Kumar and Dr. Rajesh Kumar Mohan, I offer my heartfelt appreciation. The subject of international relations has never been more relevant than it is today. The 21st century has transformed how nations interact and helps us understand how nations think, collaborate, and at times compete. The study of international relations nurtures in us the ability to view issues from multiple perspectives, to see the global picture, and find solutions that are inclusive and cooperative. For those preparing to serve in the civil or state services, the field of study holds particular importance. The modern civil service is no longer working within purely local framework. Decisions taken in a district or state are often shaped by global developments in policy, economics, and technology.
I am reporting today at the release of the second edition of our book on international relations. When we began working on this book, our goal was simple yet ambitious: to make the study of international affairs more structured, accessible, and area-centric, particularly for students preparing for civil service. Indeed, the field of international relations is both vast and dynamic, as Rajesh also told. It changes every day with global events, diplomatic realignments, trade negotiations, and conflicts. Keeping pace with this continuous transformation can feel like chasing a moving target. International relations is a dynamic and ever-evolving field where alliances and rivalries frequently shift. India's foreign policy has seen many phases. It has come a long way. From the days of idealism of Panchashil to the era of non-alignment, from navigating a unipolar world to adapting to a multipolar world, our approach has continuously evolved with changing global realities.
Synonymous with learning and academic excellence for over a century. At McGraw-Hill, our vision has always been to unlock potential of every learner. We firmly believe that books are not merely sources of information, they are instruments of transformation. They empower individuals, shape societies, and as in the case of the book we are launching today, bridge the worlds of theory and real-world experience. Today's book, International Relation, authored by Sri Ashok Kumarji and Sri Rajesh Kumar Mohan, is a testament to collaboration between academia, industry, and public services. It brings together deep professional experience and global perspectives to offer insight that are both intellectually stimulating and practically relevant. We are privileged to partner with the University of Southamptondelhi, an institution that shares our belief in academic rigor, innovation, and integrity.
I'm very delighted and really honored to have done the force. Thank you, Ashok, for the effort that you put into it, and also Dr. Shmuel. But for two reasons, I'd like to be grateful for Ashok. One is that he's a very dear friend, and second, he's always cheerful. Whoever in the batch gets to meet him, wherever he might be, his arms were always open, and that was a true friend. And one day I was going to Missouri to give a talk at the academy, and I called him to say that I was on the way, but he insisted that I visited home and meet his family and his lovely daughter, to whom he put all his energy and inspired her to become a civil servant. God bless you, Beta. That is the kind of person that Ashok is made of, real stuff and a real human being in the civil servant and serving the nation. Few things I would like to touch about the book. I know the book is a lot of facts, but it's quite updated to the recent times. And I was myself surprised at how recent time, I think in September this year, it has got that update and even improvised a lot of information that is useful, not just for the civil servants, aspirants, but also for practitioners of the policy, common man, and the citizen. Because, as someone said, it's so important to understand international politics and international relations for you to be also be an intelligence citizen, because these are influencing. What is happening domestically also has an impact externally. What happens externally also has an impact on the domestic front. So this is the influences the two ways that we need to recognize. There are about 5 chapters, and every chapter is very well curated, articulated, and put there. From the time that we took the civil services in 1999, all of us around that time till now, it's about more than 3 decades that time has passed. But I must say, the world has changed. The world in flux, I must say. Significant changes. And those significant changes on the international scale, one needs to understand to see why in the foreign policy and in the foreign service, some of us take the decisions the way we take decisions. Quite perplexing sometimes. And why India takes a position on international scale and level, and in conferences and institutions, certain positions. So that might be confusing.
Very good afternoon to everyone and a warm welcome to our wonderful campus here at the University of Southampton, Delhi. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this special occasion. The release ceremony of the second edition of the book International Relations for Civil Service and State Services Examinations. Today's event truly brings together an inspiring confluence of academic excellence, public service and thought leadership. Professor Ashim Kumar Ghosh, Governor of Haryana, Honourable Lady Governor,
to stand before this distinguished gathering for the launch of second edition of our book International Relations, published by McGraw-Hill. I express my deepest gratitude to the Honourable Governor for gracing this occasion and lending this invaluable encouragement to academic and intellectual pursuits such as this. When Ashok sir and I embarked on first edition of the book, our goal was to bridge academic theory and the practical application of global governance. Today, that task feels less like mapping a fixed territory and more like charting a volatile ocean. The world we are writing about is fundamentally and permanently dynamic. We live in an era where global affairs are defined by accelerating geopolitical flux, technological disruption, and radical interdependence. The study of international relations is no longer a slow-moving discipline focused solely on treaties and formal statecraft. It is a real-time, high-stakes game where boundaries between domestic politics and global consequence are dissolving. To illustrate this new reality, consider the speed of impact today. An entire international understanding can be destabilized not by a formal summit, but by a brief digital declaration by President Trump. A single Truth Social post by President Donald Trump can, within minutes, send shockwaves through allied defense ministries, collapse emerging trade negotiations, and force heads of states across the continents to convene emergency meetings.